Test. Oh, yeah, that looks like I'm good. Okay. I'm Phil Wyman, and this is the Wild Theology Podcast, where the world, the humans in it, and God are all wilder than we've been told.
That's your intro?
So, you'll get philosophy and theology and crazy stories that come from 30 years of pastoring.
Boring.
20 years of festival work.
Whatever.
And the mud and blood of wrestling with the living in the spaces angels fear to tread.
Ooh, trying to sound interesting, are we? Yeah, you think you got something to say?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the problem, dimwit.
Like I'm a lot smarter than you think.
Yeah, you tightened your shoes this morning.
Whatever. We're Phil Wyman, and this is Wild Theology, where you get to argue with your own ideas.
And lose.
That's the point. If you would like to support this podcast, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Phil Wyman.
Okay, I think, hey, we're pretty good here with the sound.
Okay.
So I'm with Mathias Schwender, and he's got something he's really excited about doing, don't you?
Yes, very excited.
What are you excited
It's
about?
a first. Or a second. We had a small trial before. We're going to carbonize shit.
Yeah.
My shit.
Yeah, and why are we going to do that? What's so exciting about that?
It's all connected to Africa because we're about to build. We're actually building right now a community bathroom and community center, and there's a number of issues at this area. So one of them, obviously, the main issue will be to focus on hygiene and toilets and showers and safe drinking water, because that's what is one of the main killers for children under 5 is that they don't have good sanitation. And part of that problem is also that most of the feces of bathrooms in Accra is going into the ocean.
Right.
There's some projects actually do similar things, and the other problem is deforestation, as we know,
Right.
especially in Africa. So because a lot of people, their cooking fuel is charcoal,
Right.
because they basically, not many people can afford electrical stoves and wouldn't have a way to even connect it. So they have a little charcoal fire in front of their hut and cook their amazing meals. And so if we are able to carbonize biomatter from our public bathrooms and are able to convince people that it's not bad for your food, which might be the trickiest part of the whole process.
Right.
And then we can tackle or just contribute towards keeping the ocean cleaner, fight deforestation, and also we think that it will be much cheaper to be able to offer bio charcoal compared to
Right.
classical charcoal.
So you're going to call it bio-charcoal.
I think we will call it, actually we'll probably call it nice coal.
Nice coal.
Because the bathroom project is called Nice Place.
Nice place. Nice
So
coal.
it's Nice Place, and then we have filtered water, it's nice water, and then we have nice coal.
Yeah, you didn't want to call it hot shit?
Hot shit.
So
Pretty and shitty.
Yeah, that's it. So Mathias is pretty excited about.
And thank you
Human
for helping me.
Yeah, I'm going to help him.
You probably didn't know what you get into when you asked me if you can help me.
I guess we'll find out in a second, won't we?
You're going to.
Okay.
To charcoal the whole chamber.
Okay. So we grabbed a bag.
We'll be able to.
And that's all. This is all yours. This bag of stuff we grabbed.
Yeah.
So we grabbed a bag of
Let me get short stuff.
Mathias Schwender's feces, and we put it in a little chamber that we're going to put inside a larger 55-gallon barrel or something about that size. And then the smaller chamber will hold the feces, and the larger chamber will have wood all around it, and we'll have a fire. and that's how we're going to carbonize it. But he's been drying this stuff for a while, so I've got a picture of the stuff, and I'll show that. But yeah, we had to go get it up. So how long did it take you to make this?
This?
How long did it not to make this? to
make this?
Yeah.
That's worth
to make the shit.
That's worth 3 weeks of this house.
3 weeks at the house.
Yes.
Okay. And so you're going to put some.
And I have a sedimentation system.
Right.
Because we live off grid, so we manage our own shit. Anyway, so one way or the other.
So you're going to put wood in the smaller chamber, as well as in the big one.
Yeah, anything in here will
carbonize.
This is just to give the heat for carbonization.
Right.
And the idea obviously is also that the energy, you don't spend more energy than you produce.
Right.
And eventually, I want to prove the matter, I want to be able to carbonize with coal that was carbonized. And if there's a positive, then you've done a good thing.
Right.
But also coal is valuable. Coal. The reason why people don't cook over wood is exactly what you had a camper. You know that.
Yeah.
Because it's smoky.
Right.
And coal is very, very hot, and you can cook easily on it. That's why people buy charcoal.
Use charcoal.
That's why when we do barbecues, we use charcoal, not wood. Use normally.
Right. We use wood to get flavor.
Yeah, it could do that exactly.
Yeah.
But it will smoke. And then, especially if you live in a dense area, you don't want to smoke your neighbors all the time.
So now we have this smoking drum.
Yeah.
It's smoking quite a bit.
Yes, that's awesome. I love it.
So we're looking to get the fire started on top. We want it to go down.
And then we hope that the energy of the fire is enough to carbonize the inside of the inner chamber.
Right. So when you carbonized it before, how you only did a little bit?
It was only very small, like 2 liters batch.
Right.
And in open fire, it wasn't closed like this with a chimney.
How long did that take?
I think we fed it at least an hour.
Okay.
Always fed it more, but here this is now what it is, so we can't open it again. We just have to hope that it's about trying it out.
Right.
Also, the matter was not completely dry, right? It was almost dry, but not completely dry. So they might.
Your Christmas trees were still.
Yeah, they were dry. They helped. It's upcycling of Christmas, right?
Yeah, that's right. So human shit as fuel for cooking.
That's right.
It's full cycling our food, isn't it?
It's everywhere, and there's plenty of it.
Yeah, and we never know what to do with it. We send it to treatment plants.
Exactly.
Now, you'll probably get some kickback from people who want to get rid of coal and carbon output. You're making carbon, darn it.
Yes, but should be a positive balance, how to say. Well, there is charcoal. People use charcoal. So charcoal is, the process of doing charcoal is, in many countries, very unsafe and environmentally unfriendly. Right. It's also illegal often. It's a poor people's job in Africa. Usually it's illegally done with deforestation. And so this would be one of the solutions.
Right. Yeah. But of course, the big question is, can you get them past the idea of using?
Exactly. I think price is the matter. Shit. So if it's half the price, and you live on $3 a day, then you think about every cent, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it starts from the bottom up.
Yeah.
In a place like India, it started at the lower caste where they have to work with it anyway.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
eventually somebody would say, they're doing better than us. The next level up, right? Economic factors change our idea of taboo.
Yes. Necessity.
Right.
And just doing it. So far, we did something with animal shit, but we
Right.
didn't want to touch our own, right?
Right. Now that's been going on for a long time. People using cow and
Yes.
sheep shit is fuel in
and-
Iceland where they don't have any trees. Yeah.
Biogas is
Right.
produced by animal stuff, but very little. I think people are waking up to the idea, obviously, and there are projects, and Bill Gates Foundation does a lot for it too.
Right. Okay. So as far as getting your own shit from your house, how do you do that?
I could show you later. I have the whole setup.
I don't need to watch the whole process.
Well, yeah, I thought about that actually. How you could do it commercially in a middle class house.
Right.
You just, if you have a basement, and when you have your main sewer going, wherever your main sewer going out, if it goes to the basement,
Right.
you could just put let it run through 2 or 3 sedimentation tanks.
Right.
Before then, the somewhat cleaner wastewater leaves your house.
Right.
So you can basically
Right.
settle it there, and you can then process it. And then the other with this whole wastewater thing, and got me started also thinking a lot more about how we use our water. And we will in Ghana, in a public bathroom, because we are expecting 1,000 users a day.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a lot
Right.
of shit and it's a lot of water. And what we want to do, and I think we could totally do that in Europe also, in America. If you think of your shower water and your toilet water, right?
Right.
And then you have water from the sink. So the water from the sink in the kitchen you want to have as clean as it can get.
Right.
So drinking water quality.
Right.
But where else do you need drinking water quality? Nowhere, right?
Okay. Right.
Somewhat with showering. Ciao, Eric. Yes.
We're working on
Not anymore.
working on poop. Yes. It's working now.
How do you like it?
How's the smell?
You can just smell wood.
It's just wood right now.
There's an inner chamber where it's in. Don't worry.
No,
So-
I don't know how it works.
So now that's one of the things I'm wondering. So if your charcoal briquettes that you make to cook on are made from this, do they give off any kind of odor?
No, because once you carbonize it,
Everything else is out.
it's 150 degree,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Because the smell
Everything
is
is out.
coming from the circular molecule,
Right?
like 5 or 6 carbon that are linked together, and when you burn, they're cut, so they don't smell anymore.
Eric gives me the scientific.
Yeah. So this is Eric. Matthias'
few
neighbor.
releases, it's
You're being
differences.
recorded. I'm doing a podcast about we called Mathias Talks Shit. So
And we had a barbecue already from our chicken and dog poop.
nice. So, did you have that?
I didn't
Were you
tell
part of that barbecue? He didn't tell.
Wait.
Tell us!
He didn't tell
He
you.
said
He
it
just did it.
tasted awesome. There was something special about it, but he couldn't put his finger on it.
Right. I can't put it in words, but it seems familiar.
My nose is telling me something.
Okay, we have to go.
I'm going to market getting some
All right.
Well,
That's fine.
thank you for the scientific explanation of the bonding molecules that leave the odor. Bye.
So back to the wastewater, yeah. And that's what we do in Ghana. The plumbing will be set up at the beginning, and then once we have the process down, we will also implement it. But you can reduce 90% of your water if you just filter your shower water, which is not a big thing.
No.
Shower water is relatively clean when it leaves the drain, and you can filter it by aeration, by adding air to it, or bring it through a sand filter or even a coal filter.
It becomes easier using certain.
And then also, if you think of going to a pool, you share the pool with 1,000 people.
Right.
Why wouldn't you share your own water? Again. And just clean. You can filter it relatively easily. So you have that cycle going on, right?
Yeah.
Use the same water, and then you flush your toilet.
Right.
You use the sedimentation tanks.
Right.
So you settle out 90% of the shit, let's say.
Right.
And then you put your, and I want to trial it. So, but you can also read it on the internet. But you can clean your wastewater. I believe you could clean your wastewater through different methods of filtering that are not expensive. Again, sand filter. You can, if you have if you live off grid or outside, you don't have to live off grid, but you could also have a little pool or use plants to filter some of it.
Right.
Anyways, you just need to have it clean enough to put it in the toilet again, to flush your toilet. You don't touch it.
Right.
And then your drinking water goes to the tap.
Right.
That's the safe water.
Yeah.
And that fills the cycles, the water that is lost in the two cycles.
Okay,
a little bit. Because when you, especially if you settle shit, some water goes out there. But you don't need much.
Right. No.
So that's my vision. That's what.
Yeah. So you're looking at solving the entire waste problem and solving the water problem and solving the cooking problem, all in one.
It's just all of that is a byproduct. And the main thing is just,
but it's economically easy.
Safe water.
Yeah.
Clean toilets, because that's the main killer.
Right.
All the other things are hobbies.
So your hobby is shit? Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so Mathias Schwender is running a little errand here. He lives in Prague, in a place called Divoka Šarka, which is it's a park, and he has a house that he owns down in the bottom of this big park. He won't have very many neighbors ever, because this place is set aside as a national or anyway some kind of park, and he's down here with some neighbors and friends who live down here with him and his family, and we are burning wood in a big drum and carbonizing human feces, because Mathias really believes that if we can finish this whole cycle, then we can cut back on waste, and we can help with poverty, and we can all kinds of problems like wastewater and poverty, and what do we do with sanitary conditions? All of those things can be solved just a little bit. So he's a thinker, and right now he's being an innovator and creator. So that's what I've been doing today. I've been talking shit with Mathias. So, Mathias, why are you motivated to do this stuff, to play with shit?
Well, as you know, we're in Ghana. We have a hostel there. Opened it. We opened it a few years ago, but I've been going to Ghana for many years now. And when I went to a public bathroom, then I got very inspired. Not because it was nice and clean, but because shit was everywhere, and there was you couldn't even wash your hands. There was a bucket on the floor where everybody could wash their hands, right?
Right.
And since that time, I had this idea, this vision, this maybe calling that I wanted to pursue to make a difference. And also I studied more about the issue of effects on sanitation, health, and children are dying. It's one of the main causes of child mortality.
Is the sanitation?
Yes, it's easy to look it up, and it's so easy to tackle it. It's not easy, but it's not like a technology. It's not a difficult. It's just that inspired me to do something
simple solutions, but
yeah, I mean it's not simple, but it is doable.
Right.
And you can bring dignity back, can contribute to that. Yeah,
right.
And we're called to make a difference and to look after our brothers and sisters, those who need it the most. So I want to play my part in this, and I'm very happy and I feel humbled that I can be part of that I have the opportunity to make a difference where difference can be seen most easily,
Right.
So that where it's most obvious need. So I want to follow our master and where he leads me. So,
okay.
And I believe that's part of the plan. So for me, at least, and I also am encouraged by how many people are inspired by this project and offer their support and even go there and want to open the business because I can't leave the family for too long. So,
right.
And all these things that come out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then here in Prague, you've got a bunch of hostels, don't you? How many do you have in Prague?
We have, our group is called Bohemian Hostel Group,
Right.
Or we call it Boho because we also have hotels.
Right.
We have currently 8 properties,
Right.
6 in Prague, 1 in Olomouc, it's the eastern part of the country, a beautiful
Okay.
boutique hotel and a coffee shop.
Right.
And somewhere nice is our hostel in Ghana, so that's 8. And we are opening another hotel this year by the train station in Prague.
Okay. Yeah. And so people can look for the boho places when they come to Prague.
Bohemian Hostels.
BohemianHostels.com.
Exactly.
And maybe they'll find your name and they can ask you about shit.
Yeah, they can ask me about shit. I try to get educated about shit.
So, Mathias will talk shit with you.
Exactly.
If you
It's my favorite topic at the moment.
Ezekiel ran away from it.
Yeah,
He
someone
went and
got to
cooked
do
his
it.
food
Someone
on
got to
it.
do it.
So you're fulfilling the prophecy, right?
A bit late, but
Oh well. Wow, look at that thing.
now it's coming out. Why is that?
Yeah. Wow, the cooker is rumbling now.
Maybe it's because it's coming from the chamber.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
How fun. Well, this has been great. I've enjoyed it. Thank you to my patrons who help make these missional travels and these podcasts possible. Without you, I couldn't do it. God bless. If you'd like to support this project, you can do so here on Patreon for as little as $1 a release. And at the most, that's $4 a month.
Why on earth would anybody want to support us?
But I think we're pretty cool, and maybe some people believe in what we're doing.
Oh, come on, you believe that?
Yeah.
Don't you ever think you're just a little too weird for the average person?
Yeah, sometimes.